on my Lemonglow girl. It's 17 days after her prelay shed, and she's done some funny things. I'll put some photos in there so you can see, but um, one of the things I was really concerned with is that right before her prelay shed, she started, it looked like she was gasping for air, and her mouth was, she was holding her mouth open and breathing, and then she'd close it back and just seemed so uncomfortable. And my first thought was not to record it or take photos. My first thought was to get ready to take her to a vet, an emergency. And I was trying to figure out, because she's not, the distance between me and her makes her look smaller, but she's not. She will, this is an 8-foot enclosure. She'll go all the way down, all the way up 3 feet deep, and almost all the way back. If you measure that, that's at least 16 feet, plus the fact that she goes up when it's 3 feet. So she's around 17 and a half. I justifiably measure her that way because she covers that distance. And I was trying to figure out how I was going to do this to get her in there without moving her, being that she is she's gravid, and I don't like to move. I mean, I don't really have a vast experience breathing snakes, so I did not want to move her. And I called one of my friends, and I messaged him, and he let me know that that part there where they're kind of like opening their mouth to breathe is normal. They're having some discomfort because there was no bubbles around her mouth. She didn't look like she had a respiratory infection. Other than that time, she'd open her mouth to breathe. And I wondered also, because sometimes, I don't know if you have, when you have retics, you'll notice that as shedding time comes around and they're getting ready to shed that skin, they kind of have a wheeze sometimes, and that's also because of how the pits around their face and the shed in there, I guess maybe the nostrils, and so they'll have a wheezing effect. And so sure enough, he said it was normal. It happens with some of the bigger girls, so if you're experiencing that, if you want to have her check, your female checked out, by all means. But according to what he told me, my friend told me, it's normal. And sure enough, she shed the next day and all that went away. And one of the things that she started doing 5 days after that shed is she started to invert herself. And I was at work and I expected the inverts to happen later and further down as she got closer to laying eggs, and that didn't take place at all. I was at work and my girl sent me some pictures of her completely, almost all the way upside down, and I was really surprised that it was so soon. But again, I've come to find out it's normal, so I will show you some photos of that. So if you're experiencing that, I got on YouTube, I started to check about snakes inverting, and I found it for ball pythons. I didn't find it for retics. Maybe I didn't search right, but I put inverted reticulated python and I did not find anything. So if you are breathing a retic for the first time and you're experiencing this and you are unknowledged or you're not really sure about it, and sometimes some of the information just isn't out there, well, that's part of it. And so I'm going to give you some of that. I'll show you some of those photos that I took. A couple of clips. I opened the cage and I try not to mess with her too much. I've offered her food. She turns away from any food like it stinks, like it's just a rotten meat. And so I guess it reminds me of some pregnant women. You know, pregnant women, sometimes they don't want to eat nothing. Everything's just, they used to love, they don't love. So she's doing a little of that. But I just wanted to share that with you, and let me show you some photos so you can see how it looks for yourself in case you're experiencing that. My name's Joe. This is Glorious Predators, and that's Chloe.